So, I'm one of those people that I'm like, I've got to prove this. So I learned so much about it. Like I learned about the horizon never rising and like the ships disappearing over the atmosphere or during over the curve thing and coming back into focus. And, you know, so I'd seen enough to convince myself. I was like, yeah, this is good. Like this is good stuff. So I went home and I told my wife about it and she's like, are you serious? Like, wait, what? Like, the earth is flat? And she's like, wait, that makes a whole lot more sense. Like, I've always kind of thought it was flat because I always had to kind of picture it being flat to have things make sense. And I was like, wait, that's it? That's easy? That's that easy? Like, you're just going to buy it? And she's like, well, yeah, it just makes sense. Like, makes complete sense. And she's like, starts asking questions and pointing things out. And, well, how does this work? And how does that work? And how do eclipses work? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, she's like, well, you got to figure this stuff out. You can't just take I don't know for an answer. Like, you got to figure this stuff out. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go figure it out. So about that time, I finished reading Pagan Christianity, and I'm just like disgusted with the church. Like I'm like, this is horrible. Like all this stuff is paganistic. Like I don't even want to step foot in a church anymore. Like what do I do? And about this time, I find Rob Skiba's channel, and I'm like, he starts connecting even harder stuff. Like he's interested in all the stuff I was interested in my entire childhood, like the giants and the Nephilim and all this other stuff that I'd done tons of research into. And he's like connecting all the same dots that I'd connected in the past. And I'm like, wow, like this is awesome. And then he's started doing flat earth, so I'm soaking up all his flat earth stuff, and then he's tying it in with the Bible, and I'm like, oh, my eyes are just like blown out of the water. I'm like, oh my gosh, like the Tower of Babel makes so much more sense. And like, oh my goodness, like this is crazy. Like all this stuff makes sense. And like, you always kind of seen like the Yahweh's terrarium and everything. And I'm like, yes, like this stuff is all coming together. Like I really like this stuff. So I started like soaking him up and reading his stuff. And then, I found guys like Richie from Boston who's talking about chemtrails, which my brother inadvertently had been talking about for ages. And I was like, dude, you're smoking something like this. You're crazy. And then I look into it and I'm like, holy crap, he's actually got something into this. And then like, the big satanic thing that they did over in Switzerland for the opening of the Gotthard Tunnel. And I saw that and I was like, whoa, like this is getting real fast. So then I'm starting to look into stuff now and starting to have my eyes open to so much more truth. And then I start looking into Torah study, and I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is where I feel like God's calling me. Like, I don't know how or why or what is going to happen with that now, but that's where I'm at, like, right now. Like, I've caught you up to where I'm at right now. Like, I am 100% believer in flat earth. I'm totally against the modern church in the sense that what they do is just not biblical. It's not what the plan that God set up for us. Like I'd always kind of felt like the church didn't look anything like what the first century church looked like, and I was just disgusted by it, and I never had any answers, and I never had any indication of where I was supposed to go with it. So like, but I'm starting to put it all together, and I just kind of like, that's where I'm at right now. I am wanting to pull out of the church. Like, I don't want anything to really do with it anymore. I don't want to celebrate any of these pagan holidays. Like, I've already told my kids and my wife, like, we're not doing Easter anymore. We're not doing Christmas anymore. We're not doing any of this stuff anymore. We've stopped eating pork and the nasty food that we're not supposed to eat just because I was convicted about it. Like, it wasn't even like, it wasn't even like a decision that I had to fight with. And I was just like, no, like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to mix the holy with the profane. I'm not. Like, I won't do it. Like, God told us not to do that, so I'm not doing it. So, and I mean, my wife received it really easily. She's like, yeah, I've always felt like we shouldn't be doing that stuff. And I'm like, and then she's like, well, are you serious? Would you really have listened if I would have told you? And I'm like, well, no, probably not. And she's like, see, that's where the problem is. Like, you tell me to talk, but then you don't listen to me when I talk. And I'm like, well, yeah, you're right. You're probably right. I should probably listen to you because, you're the Holy Spirit talking to me. Or you can be used by the Holy Spirit to talk to me because like, we're supposed to be one flesh and everything. And, what do I have a wife for if I'm not going to listen to her? So, I mean, it's convicting. And she, she grounded me the other day even. She's like, hey, you know, you need to slow down on this whole YouTube thing. Like, it's not good for you to listen to an entirely new topic every day and try to soak it all in. Like, you need to take time and actually stop and look through the stuff and research it and figure out for yourself whether it's true or not, and stop just soaking all this stuff in and regurgitating it because you sound like an idiot. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, she's like, so prove it. Like, you know, prove it to yourself, prove it to others. You know, you've got the flat earth stuff down like crazy. Like, you're good at it, and you can talk a good game with flat earth. But like this other truth stuff that you're coming into, you got to prove this stuff. Like, you gotta go through the Bible and actually look it up and prove it to yourself. And, you know, so that's where I'm at. So that is the story of my life in like 2.5 hours. If you have questions, leave comments and ask questions. I don't have any problem answering questions, or helping people even. Like, if you're in that type of a situation where you're, you know, doing drugs or you're doing dumb stuff and you're young and you have a lot of questions and you don't know what to do, or you're just angry, talk to me. Like, I'm here. Like, I'll talk to you until I'm blue in the face. Like, that's something I'm good at. I'm good at talking to people, and I will help you out in any capacity that I can. My doors are always open to people if you need help, and I will quite literally give you the shirt off my back to help you. Like, God says we do it to the least of these brethren, we're doing it to him, so I'm game for that. Like, you need help, I'll help you. Can't help you a whole lot financially, but, you know, if I can do something to help you out, if I can give you advice, if I can, you know, do something to help you, then I will, because that's what I feel like I'm called to do. So yeah, that's where we're at. So look forward to more videos. I'm going to put together some proofing videos and just cool stuff that I'm putting together, little presentations and stuff like that I'll be putting together, and I'll be publishing them for you to watch. So look forward to that stuff coming out, and just wanted you guys to know where I come from and who I am and what I believe in and why. So it's a long journey that I've come on, and I'm brand new at this stuff. Got a good basis and a good background, but, you know, still got a long way to go. Don't know everything, but I don't really know anything. So take it for what it is, and that's who I am. So we'll talk to you guys later, and look forward to seeing you in the future. Bye.